Today is Wednesday morning. I'm working on the toilet flange today. And what I needed to do is figure out my best strategy. So what I did, I put a stopper down in there. It's just a bag full of insulation, so anything that I chisel out won't fall down into the trap. So I don't know if you can see it or not, but way down in the bottom you can see the cellar. There's like a gap all the way around this pipe. And what I have to be careful is, because it's lead, when I'm chiseling away I can't hit the lead or I'll go right through it. So there's two options. My first option that I wanted to try was I scraped all the debris on the inside, all the patina. This is a plastic PVC toilet flange. This is the one that was in there originally. I cleaned all the wax off of it. This thread here is tapered, and there's a matching gasket that gets screwed into this tapered thread, and the more you screw it in, the bigger the gasket gets. It's kind of like an expandable gasket. But if you look at the end of it, this thing is round, and although the top of this is round, the bottom kind of has a oval to it. If you can pick up on that or not. Let me turn on some light here. There we go. So as you look down the toilet, this is called a lead bend. So this is all lead. It has kind of like an egg shape. So I have to be careful that I don't force the lead, because I can crack it. So I cut the top of the lead off flush with the floor. If I go like this, you can see that, you know, it's gonna not catch on it. And this will lay down inside like that. And now it's still standing proud in a couple of spots, but I needed to bonk the lead and make it a little bit bigger on the top to accommodate. There's kind of like a tapered flange there. The very inside right here is tapered, so I have to kind of take this this tool here and just hit it, and it gradually will bend this lead. This lead is pretty flexible. So I can open that up a little bit more to match this flange, this little taper right here. If you can see where my finger is, a little bit of a taper there. So I just got to flare this out a little bit to get this to lay flat on the floor. Now the other option is to use a brass flange, and that has to sit down inside, and there's still not enough clearance to do that because there's still some mortar there. I was trying to work the mortar out, so I have both options open to me. So there's I get to get some of that mortar out of that corner there in order for this to sit flat. And then what you do is you bonk this lead up against this this taper right here, and then you solder it. So that's the second option. So I think I'm going to be open to both options. I'm not going to make a call on it today, but I'm starting to get this cleared out, so either one of these will fit in there. I can show you how this works. So you take this gasket, and it goes this way. And as you turn it down on this taper, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So I might be able to use this. So right now it's too big to even go in there. But because it's an oval fit, it's not completely round. It might not seal completely. We might not get a good seal on there. But this will be my first option because it doesn't involve any heat or soldering or melting lead to get it to seal. So I'm going to try and see the best fit I can get with this. And if that looks sufficient, I'll go with that. I'll have to get some stainless steel screws to go in through here. I need 4 of them. But if this doesn't look like it's going to seal properly, then I would have to go with option number 2, which is this brass flange. So there it goes. So now it's sitting flat with the floor. So what I would do is I would have to close up the gap. And see, on this spot it's catching, and this spot it's not. So I would have quite a bit of hammering to do to get this lead up against that flange. So that's that's the second option, and that would definitely give me a airtight seal. We could also use, there's a plastic caulking you can put in there, but you got to get it pretty close first. So I was going to try to do the soldering part first, and if that doesn't work, then I can always go with the goop. But I got both options covered. I'm going to explore this one first because this is the easiest without any heat. So I'm kind of working my magic with that. It's going to take a little while. So I got plan A, plan B. Either way, I'm going to get it to work. So it's almost time for me to go to work. So I just want to kind of clean this area up and carry it on, finish tomorrow. This isn't anything I want to rush. Now what Steve is doing here is he had to move over his king stud and his jack stud. You see he's got it moved over, and he started cutting the plywood out because the door, we had the opening for the door, I guess he got miscombobulated and he was off by a foot. That's not a big deal. So he's got that all the lumber and support material moved over. He just has to cut this plywood up to the top. And then the French door, which is over there, it's covered in that plastic. He's ready to move that in tomorrow. So that would go in this opening right here. You can also see when he cut the plywood, he's got a little piece here. This little piece here has got to probably, it's got to come out of there. So it's just a little bit bigger door, and that's fine. I'm all for a bigger door. And see, he's just got to cut that plywood. And those wires up there, that's for lights out here on the porch. So he's working his magic there. This stuff here is just the foam, expandable foam to transition the gap in the floor to the 2x4. There's a little bit of a gap there, so we just filled it in with foam. We'll have to cut that straight later. So yeah, he's working on this. He's going to be all set with this, he says today, and he's going to be ready to move the door tomorrow. So he's going to need my assistance to do that. So here's how Steve's workbench looks after a couple hours of work. Looks sort of like my workbench, except he's got more room to put more stuff there to make it all goofy. And I'm working over here. So we're both kind of hammering out what we can while we have the available time. I'm going to get that flange figured out. And once that's all set, then I can move on to the plumbing I have to change out up here in the ceiling. I have to do these copper pipes right here. I gotta change these out. You see that that little piece of green there? That's a pinhole leak developing, and there's 2 more up here. So that pipe's definitely got to get changed out. It's not ready to burst just yet, but it's showing signs that it's going to do that fairly soon. So I'll just carry these PEX pipes up through the ceiling and get those all changed out. So that's after I finish up this flange work down here. So I'm going to leave it at that and call it a day and head off to work after I clean up. Well, today's pretty bad out there. It's raining, it's hailing, it's snowing, it's blowing. All kind of things happening out there right now. I don't want to be nowhere out there today. I'll be inside doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? So today I was working on the bathroom. I was trying to put toilet flange in there, you know what I'm saying? And I was kind of trying to figure that out, don't know what to do. Got 2 little options, got to use a PVC or a bronze toilet flange. So I'm looking like I gotta go with that bronze one because that PVC one ain't got the seal on the right size because it's got an oval down the bottom of the hole there. And I want the round thing going on, but that ain't gonna happen. So I gotta use the flange up on the top where it's round. Go bend over that lead bend, gonna solder it up, put some sealing on there, make it all nice and smooth. Make it all like something on that stink gas gonna come up from the sewer. So that's what we're gonna do with all that stuff there, you know what I'm saying? And let's see, what else we're doing? Oh yeah, Steve over there today, you putting out the door. The door gonna have an opening that's too small right now. He making it bigger. You're gonna cut out like another foot, make that door fit in there just like it's supposed to. I guess we made some kind of mistake out of order. He gonna frame it in too small, something like that. But he's fixing that now. That's what's gonna happen today. And then tomorrow I'm gonna help him clear that window, or that door rather. We'll put that in that opening. We're gonna put it in there. We're gonna make that happen. So that's tomorrow. So that's what all I got for you. Goodbye. Take it easy. Bye.